Read one book a day, and tonight we're diving into The Alchemist. Have you just wrapped up work, put down your phone, and settled in for sleep, yet still can't relax your tense nerves? We're always chasing deadlines, others' expectations, and society's definition of success, but rarely pause to ask ourselves, can this hurry really take us to where our hearts desire? Are the youthful expectations of being yourself, the wishes you never dared to fulfill, and the distant places you never got to visit, already hidden deep in your heart, becoming untouchable thoughts? We always use reality as an excuse to seal away our desires, gradually forgetting our true selves in the repetitive daily routine. This book is written for every one of you who still holds an uncooled dream while rushing through life. Penned by Brazilian author Paulo Coelho, it was first published in 1988 and has crossed linguistic and cultural boundaries, translated into more than 80 languages. In the UK, it has also consistently ranked on major bookstore classic lists, becoming a bedtime healing read for countless people. The protagonist of the story is Santiago, a shepherd boy from Andalusia, Spain. Before becoming a shepherd, he received theological education, and his family hoped he would become a priest, enjoying a decent and stable life. How similar this is to the situation many of us faced in our youth. Having our life paths planned by our families, believing that was the right direction. But deep in Santiago's heart, there was always a longing for travel. He wanted to see the outside world and experience different scenery and cultures. So he defied his family's expectations and chose to become a shepherd, because in his eyes, shepherds could wander around and follow their dreams. At this moment, Santiago's heart was pure and firm. He loved being with his sheep. The sheep relied on him, and he relied on this freedom. He would set up a tent under the starry sky, stay in different villages, chat with the villagers, and feel the local customs and traditions. But this peace was broken by a recurring dream. For 2 consecutive nights, he dreamed under the fig tree in an abandoned church that there was a treasure belonging to him near the pyramids of Egypt in a distant land. It's just a dream, Santiago told himself at first. He had seen too many people troubled by unrealistic fantasies, and he didn't want to be one of them. But the repeated appearance of the dream was like a seed taking root and sprouting in his heart. He couldn't help but think, could this dream be some kind of guidance? You must have felt this inner struggle too. When a vague desire emerges in your heart, we first doubt it, then fear it, afraid that it's an illusory fantasy, afraid that chasing it will make us lose the stability we currently have. To figure out the meaning of the dream, Santiago went to a gypsy woman for interpretation. The old woman told him that the dream was real. He must go to Egypt to find the treasure, and after finding it, he had to give her 1/10 of it. Hearing this answer, Santiago's heart was filled with contradiction. On one hand, he longed to confirm the authenticity of the dream. On the other hand, the journey to Egypt was long and full of the unknown. He would have to sell the sheep that had accompanied him for a long time and give up his current life. If I sell the sheep, I'll have nothing left, he muttered to himself. What if I find nothing in the end? Just as Santiago was hesitating, he met an old man who claimed to be Melchizedek, the king of Salem. The old man saw through his thoughts at a glance and told him about the concept of personal legend. The personal legend is the mission each person is born to fulfill, the original longing of life. The old man said, "When you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it." This sentence was like a ray of light, illuminating Santiago's confused heart. He thought of his original intention of becoming a shepherd. Wasn't it to follow his inner desire? Now that a new desire had appeared, he had no reason to back down. So Santiago made up his mind and sold his sheep. At the moment he handed the sheep over to the buyer, his heart was filled with both reluctance and expectation. He bid farewell to his familiar village and his former life, and set off alone across the sea to Tangier in North Africa. This was his first step in pursuing his personal legend, and also a brave attempt to step out of his comfort zone. Just like when we make up our minds to chase a goal, we will both cherish the past stability and look forward to the future. But reality soon dealt him a heavy blow. After arriving in Tangier, he met a guide who claimed he could help him cross the desert to Egypt. Santiago trusted him without hesitation and gave him all the money he had gotten from selling the sheep. But when they walked through the narrow streets and reached the square, the guide took advantage of his inattention and disappeared with all the money. In an instant, Santiago was plunged into despair. He was in a strange city, couldn't speak the language, had no money, and even struggled to meet his basic needs for food and shelter. "I'm so stupid. Why did I trust a stranger so easily? If I hadn't sold the sheep, I would still be living a stable life now." He began to blame himself, regret, and even thought about giving up and going back to Spain to be a shepherd again. At night, he curled up on a bench in the square, looking at the strange, starry sky, his heart filled with helplessness and despair. You must have felt this way too. When we move forward towards a goal with full expectation, but suddenly encounter a major setback, it's easy to fall into self-doubt and even want to run back to our comfort zone. But Santiago didn't really give up. He remembered the words of the king of Salem and his own personal legend. He told himself, "I can't go back like this. I've already taken the first step. I must keep going." So he began to look for opportunities to survive. He observed the passers-by in the square, trying to understand their language and feel the rhythm of the city. Finally, he saw a job advertisement at the door of a crystal shop and went in to apply. The owner of the crystal shop was a middle-aged man. His shop was filled with various crystal products, but business was not very good. Seeing Santiago's tired and helpless appearance, the boss took pity on him and hired him. Here, Santiago began a period of dormancy. He got up early every day, cleaned the shop, polished the crystals, learned the local language, and observed the customers' needs. At first, Santiago only wanted to save enough money for the trip to Egypt and leave as soon as possible. But as time went by, he gradually threw himself into the work. He found that polishing the crystals until they were spotless and watching customers pick out satisfactory products gave him an inexplicable sense of satisfaction. He also put forward some business suggestions to the boss, such as placing a table at the door with crystal cups, allowing customers to appreciate the crystals while drinking tea. The boss was hesitant at first. He was used to the routine way of doing business and was afraid that changes would bring risks. But at Santiago's insistence, he finally adopted the suggestion. Unexpectedly, this small change made the shop's business much better. During his time with the boss, Santiago learned that the boss also had his own personal legend: to make a pilgrimage to Mecca. Mecca is the holy city of Islam, and for believers, making a pilgrimage to Mecca is a lifelong aspiration. But the boss had been hesitant to take action because he was afraid of losing his current shop and being unable to start over after the pilgrimage. "I'm too old to take risks," the boss always said. Looking at the boss, Santiago seemed to see his future self. If he gave up pursuing his personal legend because of fear of the unknown, he would eventually live his life in regret. He became more determined in his resolve to complete his journey. At the same time, he also learned patience and precipitation during this period. He was no longer in a hurry for success, but learned to listen to his inner voice and observe everything around him. He understood that the process of pursuing a personal legend was not achieved overnight. It required patience and accumulation. Nearly a year later, Santiago saved enough money for the trip. He bid farewell to the boss, who sincerely wished him, "May you find your treasure." At the moment he left the crystal shop, Santiago's heart was calm and firm. He knew that the road ahead was still full of the unknown, but he was no longer the inexperienced and ignorant boy he used to be. Santiago joined a caravan crossing the Sahara Desert. The desert scenery was magnificent, yet cruel. During the day, the sun blazed fiercely, sand filled the sky, and the temperature was unbearable. At night, the stars shone brightly. The cold wind cut to the bone, making people feel the insignificance of life. The people in the caravan came from different places, with different stories and purposes. During this long journey, Santiago learned to observe the omens of the desert, the direction of the wind blowing over the sand dunes, the migration of birds. These could all be signals of danger or safety. On the way, he met an Englishman who was searching for alchemy. The Englishman told Santiago that alchemy was an ancient discipline. Alchemists could turn ordinary metals into gold and also refine the philosopher's stone, which granted eternal life. To find the legendary alchemist, the Englishman had read a lot of books and taken countless notes, but he had never really understood the essence of alchemy because he only focused on theory and ignored listening to his inner voice and observing the world around him. Knowledge in books is certainly important, but true wisdom lies in life and deep in the heart, Santiago thought to himself. He began to understand that the process of pursuing a personal legend was also a process of constantly getting to know oneself and listening to one's inner voice. Just like when we chase goals, it's easy to get caught up in the obsession with theories and methods, but ignore our true feelings and the opportunities around us. The caravan arrived at an oasis, a vibrant pure land in the desert. The oasis had clear spring water, dense palm trees, and hospitable residents. Here, Santiago met a girl named Fatima. Fatima had bright eyes, gentle yet firm. The first time Santiago saw her, he was deeply attracted. He took the initiative to greet Fatima, chatted with her, and shared his experiences and dreams. Fatima listened quietly to Santiago's story. She understood his pursuit and supported his decision. "If you have to leave me to pursue your personal legend, then go," Fatima said. "True love will not stop you from chasing your dreams. On the contrary, it will become the strength for you to move forward." This pure and tolerant love filled Santiago's heart with warmth. He had once thought that love would be a constraint on pursuing his personal legend, but Fatima made him understand that true love was mutual fulfillment. Just as Santiago was enjoying the sweetness of love and even began to linger on the stability of the oasis, he saw two eagles fighting by the lake in the oasis. Suddenly, a terrible omen appeared in his mind. The oasis was about to be attacked by tribal wars. Santiago immediately told the oasis chief about this omen. The chief was skeptical at first, but he still chose to trust Santiago and made preparations for the battle. Sure enough, that night, tribal troops attacked the oasis. Thanks to the early preparations of the people in the oasis, they successfully repelled the enemy. To thank Santiago, the chief gave him a large amount of gold and silver treasures. At this moment, Santiago already had wealth and a beloved person. He could almost live a stable and happy life here. "Maybe I don't need to go to Egypt to find the treasure anymore," he wavered in his heart. "I already have everything I want here." This wavering was a longing for the comfort zone and a fear of the unknown risks. Just like when we achieve certain success and have a stable life in the process of chasing goals, it's easy to forget our original desires and choose to stop. But at this moment, the legendary alchemist appeared in front of Santiago. The alchemist told Santiago, "If you stop now, you will never fulfill your personal legend, and you will never truly know yourself. Wealth and love are certainly beautiful, but they cannot replace the call of your personal legend." The alchemist's words awakened the confused Santiago. He realized that he couldn't give up his original dream because of temporary stability, so he bid farewell to Fatima and decided to continue to Egypt with the alchemist. Although Fatima was reluctant, she still supported Santiago's decision. "I will wait for you here, no matter how long you are gone." This firm love became the greatest motivation for Santiago to move forward. During the subsequent journey, the alchemist taught Santiago many truths. He told Santiago that everything had a soul of the world and could perceive the language of the universe. As long as we calm down, listen to our inner voice, and observe all things around us, we can understand the omens of the universe and find the direction to move forward. He also took Santiago through various trials. They encountered tribal soldiers and were arrested as spies. They got lost in the desert and faced the dilemma of lack of water and food. When imprisoned by the tribal soldiers, Santiago fell into despair. He felt that he could never fulfill his personal legend and might even lose his life here. But the alchemist told Santiago, "Don't be afraid. You can communicate with the desert, the wind, and the sun by listening to the soul of the world and let them help you." So Santiago calmed down, closed his eyes, and tried to listen to his inner voice. and feel everything around him. He slowly felt the breath of the desert, the flow of the wind, and the warmth of the sun. He began to communicate with them, asking for their help. A miracle happened. Santiago actually mobilized the power of the wind, stirring up the sky full of sand, making the tribal soldiers terrified. They thought Santiago was a wizard, didn't dare to hurt him anymore, and even revered him as a god. In this way, Santiago and the alchemist successfully escaped danger. Through this experience, Santiago truly understood the meaning of the soul of the world and strengthened his faith even more. Finally, Santiago arrived at the pyramids of Egypt. Standing in front of the magnificent pyramids, his heart was filled with excitement and expectation. According to the guidance in his dream, he began to dig near the pyramids. He dug for a long time, his hands blistered, but he never found the treasure. Just as he was about to despair, a group of refugees passed by. Seeing him digging, they thought he was looking for gold. The refugees surrounded Santiago, beat him, and robbed him of all his belongings. One of the refugee leaders mocked him. "I also had a stupid dream. I dreamed that there was a treasure hidden under a fig tree in an abandoned church in Andalusia, Spain. But I'm not as foolish as you, traveling all the way here for an illusory dream." At the moment he heard these words, Santiago froze. Then he suddenly understood something. He laughed loudly, tears streaming down his face. It turned out that the real treasure was not under the distant pyramids of Egypt, but under the fig tree in the abandoned church where he had started his journey. Hearing this, you may think that Santiago's journey was a futile effort. He traveled thousands of miles, endured countless hardships, and finally found that the treasure was where he had started. But is that really the case? In fact, what Santiago was looking for was never just material treasure, but spiritual growth and awakening. This journey across the desert was in itself most precious treasure. The core of the alchemist is never finding the treasure, but the process of pursuing the personal legend. The so-called personal legend is actually the truest desire deep in our hearts, the value of our existence as human beings. During this process, Santiago experienced hesitation, confusion, setbacks, and wavering, and also gained growth, love, wisdom, and courage. He grew from an ignorant shepherd boy to a wise man who could listen to his inner voice and understand the language of the universe. And this is the life journey that each of us needs to go through. In today's life, are we the same? We are often constrained by the pressure of reality and the standards of society, taking stability as the ultimate goal of life, but ignoring our inner desires. We are afraid of change, afraid of failure, afraid of losing everything we have now. So we repeat day after day in our comfort zone, gradually forgetting what we really want. Just like the owner of the crystal shop, who cherished the dream of pilgrimage, but hesitated to take action because he was afraid of losing his shop. Just like the Englishman who pursued alchemy, indulging in book theory, but ignoring his inner feelings and the world around him. They are all reflections of us, deviating from the direction and forgetting our original aspirations in the process of pursuing goals. This book tells us that the greatest regret in life is not failing to find the treasure, but never daring to pursue our personal legend. When we make up our minds to follow our inner desires, the entire universe will become our helper. Here, the universe conspires does not mean that miracles will happen out of nowhere, but that when we focus on our goals, we will be more acutely aware of the opportunities around us, more firmly overcome the difficulties we encounter, and unconsciously grow into a better version of ourselves. For modern people, we are facing unprecedented anxiety and confusion. We are trapped in involution, surrounded by anxiety, constantly comparing ourselves on social media, and gradually losing ourselves. We always ask, what is the meaning of life? But rarely calm down to listen to our inner voice. The revelation that the Alchemist gives us is to return to our inner selves, find our personal legend, and bravely pursue it. Whether this personal legend is a career we love, a pure relationship, or a trip we take on a whim, as long as we are loyal to our inner selves and move forward bravely, we will gain our own growth and happiness. Just as Santiago finally found that the treasure was at the starting point, we often find that the most precious things are actually around us. But without that journey across thousands of miles, we would never know how to cherish the beauty around us, nor would we ever truly know ourselves. So don't be afraid to set out. Don't be afraid to change. Every journey of pursuit is the fulfillment of life. I hope tonight's story has brought a little comfort to your tired heart. The Alchemist is like a gentle lamp, illuminating the direction of our progress in the dark night, telling us, no matter how difficult life is, no matter how confused we are, as long as we are loyal to our inner selves and bravely pursue our personal legend, we will surely find our own treasure. This treasure may be material gains or spiritual growth, but no matter what, it is the most precious wealth in our lives. No summary can replace the original work. A good book is worth reading page by page. Good night and wish you a sound sleep tonight. I'm time for bed. If you like it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And I look forward to our next encounter.